Welcome to the Ghosts of Liberty Past, when Entick met the Phantom Order. But for a moment let us pause our journey through the modern fiscal purgatory and cast our minds back to a more principled era, specifically to 1765 and the glorious legal skirmish known as Entick v. Carrington, a simpler time when the very notion of a government official, even the Secretary of State, arbitrarily entering a private domestic dwelling and seizing papers without a tangible judicially sanctioned warrant was considered an outrageous affront to liberty. Lord Camden, bless his wig, famously declared that if it is law it will be found in our books. If it is not to be found there, it is not law. A quaint concept, don't you think? That the state's power over the individual had to be demonstrably written down, codified, and not merely implied or deemed. And let us fast forward at the speed of light to our enlightened age and consider that humble council tax liability order, that elusive mythical beast. As the Leighton ruling so charmingly revealed, these critical legal instruments which grant councils and their eager agents the power to demand your entire year's income and then dispatch your prized possessions to the great pothole fund in the sky are often phantoms. They are never factually produced by the court, merely deemed to be made. So while Lord Camden was meticulously searching our books for written authority, today's enforcements, rebranded or otherwise, operates on a faith-based initiative. They arrive at your threshold not with a warrant signed and sealed by a meticulous judge, but with the boundless confidence of someone who believes implicitly in the idea of an order. It's a beautifully meta-legal concept. The absence of a document is the document. You couldn't make this up, really. The lack of explicit authority is the authority. We've transcended mere paper, you see. We operate on pure, unadulterated presumption. Imagine the horror for Lord Camden, his carefully constructed edifice of individual liberty based on the principle that every intrusion by the state requires explicit, written and lawful justification, utterly vaporized by the sheer administrative convenience of the 21st century. Why bother with warrants when you can simply waive a vague, existential concept of judicial approval? Why bother with accountability when you can outsource the unpleasantries to private firms operating on margins? Can you hear that? No? That's the spirit of Entick v. Carrington, whispering from the grave, questioning how we've devolved from requiring specific warrants for paper to allowing implied authority for the outright seizure of your actual tangible sofa. It seems a liberty, much like council tax arrears, simply accrues interest without your express consent and is eventually repossessed by forces operating on unwritten laws and phantom mandates. Truly, we have come so far only to find our fundamental rights dissolving into convenient administrative fictions, all for the greater good of a balanced municipal spreadsheet. And we have to say, hats off to that. So next time you open the brown envelope and see the numbers go up, just smile, remember your rights, and then promptly realise they don't apply to your postcode. Think it's lawful? Think again, then double check, then ask for the signed liability order. Join the movement, ask the questions, challenge the fiction. Subscribe for more brutally honest breakdowns of British bureaucratic nonsense. Till the next time, take care, keep well, stay strong. Toodle pip for now.